What's up, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Hey, what's up, YouTube? Thank you all for coming on. Man, we're trying to get situated. Just got home from church this morning, running some errands. Hope you all are doing well today. What's up, Taj? Tamisha? Stacy's on her way. I was just gonna bring those.
Hey, y'all. We'll get this started. We can keep it talking.
So y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. Well, so we got South Carolina in the house, South Africa in the house over here on TikTok. Thank you, Cindy, for being here. Where else is everyone coming from? Hey, Tina. Haley Claire on YouTube. Diana Scott, thank you. Haley Claire is coming from Colorado. We got Georgia on TikTok, North Carolina, Texas, Virginia, Zimbabwe in the house, Texas, Florida. Man, thank you all for being here. We got Alabama in the house. Y'all know we're in Birmingham right now. Yes, come on in. I'm gonna give you all a little time to come in. My wife is actually over the stove, y'all. Yeah, she's over the stove. So when she's over the stove, I don't like to bother her because, I like seeing her cook. We got Trustville. So how's everyone's weekend been? On YouTube, we got Sherry coming in from Pittsburgh. Tina's from Cincinnati, Ohio. We got Debbie in New Jersey. Tamisha's in Atlanta. Haley said, I would just watch y'all on TikTok. It was great. Unfortunately, man, we had, I'm going to let, Stacy told you all about that. But, our weekend didn't go as planned. Got some things accomplished. But unfortunately, we had some not so good news. That's why we didn't come on. That's one reason we didn't come on Friday after our amazing Thursday night live. We had to do some traveling and get some things taken care of. But I just saw Jamaica. We have somebody from England in the house, Mary Ann. Thank you for being in here. I see you, Michelle from Auburn. She's at War D Eagle. We got Ghana in the house, Jamaica. Thank you all. So look, I pray everyone had a good weekend. I think it was, even though our weekend wasn't what we expected to be, we understand it's still better than most. All right? So we're just going to give God all the glory for that.
Hey, y'all.
So look, Stacey's here now. We can get started. I don't like starting without her, y'all. I don't. But my tooth is crooked. Does my tooth look crooked, y'all? It's like a pushing.
All right. How y'all doing? How y'all doing today?
I guess you don't.
Stacey's a little tired. We talk about your teeth all the time. So, I don't come in on your teeth anymore when you see yourself on camera. And it's like, you always talk about these teeth crooked.
Who called me Jock? Somebody called me Jock. Who is this?
So, thank you. Y'all like my shirt? Ain't nobody mad.
I don't know who this is that called me Jock, but I know you know me.
Ain't nobody mad. So,
Packable, I can't even pronounce their name, but what's up now? Whoever called me Jock, I know they know me.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You call me out.
Taj, yes, if y'all want that shirt, now you can find that shirt on our website, www.blendedandwinning. Hey, you on lockdown. She said, not good. Why are you on lockdown? Cat 8221. Where are you from? And why are you on lockdown? Somebody said the lady of the house is in.
Can I grab this chair? Woo!
Hey, by show of hands, Hickory. Oh, I know. Yeah, I know a boss. Hickory. What's your name? What is your name? Calling me Jock. Hey, so let me ask you this. Ontario Canada in the house. Yeah, it's been a long time, whoever you are. Tupac, what's up, Pop? Not Tupac the rapper, y'all. Just not Tupac the rapper. I don't know him like that. Hey, what's up, Pop? Good to see you, boy. Man, it has been a very long time, man. Man, good, man. Just good to know you all right. Where can you find the drinks? You can actually go on. Somebody asked about the Bang energy drinks that we drink all the time. If you're on here, go to bangenergy.com. Anyone wants to get any Bang drinks, go to bangenergy.com and you can use our promo code. It's Loper, all capital letters, LOPER 10. Loper 10, right? Mm-hmm. Want to double check that. Once and done. What's up, Delane? We ain't telling no jokes right now. Hey, by show of hands, who all on here has issues? I just want to ask a question before we get started. Who all on here has issues? Who's had some problems? Some big, some small. By show of hands, Haley, you have some issues. I know I have issues. I know I have issues, and things are not as. She threw up 3 hands. Everybody. My biggest issue. Right here. That's my biggest issue. Biggest issue. And then bills. And I asked that question because you want to just to go or you want me?
You started. Go ahead, boo.
Unfortunately, on our way home yesterday, man, we received some shocking, unwelcoming news. What's up, D. Clark? Unfortunately, my wife lost her cousin, very close cousin. And, man, it's hard being strong it's hard watching my wife be strong for people when she wants to be the one to have her moment or have her time to grieve. But she's pulled on in that manner because of who she is and what she's always been for them and for people. So, to watch her maneuver and to be there for people, to make people feel some type of calm in the midst of a rocky sea, I just sit back and I pray for her. I stay my distance. But I watch her work and I watch her pour her all into it. She was so tired yesterday, she even went to sleep a little bit while I was driving home. That's how I knew she was tired because my wife never sleeps, so I close her eyes when I'm driving.
Right.
Yeah.
Like.
But unfortunately, a part of life happened, and which is life is death. And no one wants to accept it. No one wants to, go through it. But when it happens, man, we have to deal with it.
Yeah.
And, I just want everybody just to be in prayer for her family, just to give them some peace and understanding, but also put into perspective that no matter what we're complaining about or no matter what we're going through, it could always be worse.
Yeah,
it could always be worse.
For sure, it could always be worse. The worst thing that I thought for my cousin was death. I'm just going to be honest with you with what she has been walking through and, what she has been going through. The last thing I truly expected in my prayers for her was death. But God, for sure. But God. And I think that's what I got out of all of this at this point was, we were praying. I think some of us were praying for her healing. We were praying that, she would have the will to get up and get better.
Yeah.
She would have the will to want to feel better. But my prayer for her And I didn't share this with my aunt because my aunt is just having a very, very tough time. And we are extremely close. I mean, these are my first cousins. These were the first cousins of the family where this cousin was basically a mom to all of us cousins. My prayer for her was I was praying in agreement to what she was asking God for her life. Whether that was, God, I want to get up and I want to walk again, or I want to be able to breathe, again. I want to be able to take a deep breath and it not hurt so much. I was just praying in agreement to whatever it was that she was praying, for God to take away the pain, for God to just heal the hands, be a healing hand, let the doctors be a healing hand for her, strength for her mom, because my aunt was her caregiver, as well as trying to work a full-time job for my aunt. So never did I think that we would be getting a phone call anytime soon that she had passed. So that one kind of took my breath away yesterday. Like, really took my breath away.
Yeah.
I think I cried on and off all day yesterday. Because it was truly a shock. It was a shock. And out of the 36 hours between Friday and yesterday, Friday and Saturday, we were on the road for 10 of those hours.
Sure.
And it was just, man, it was a lot. It was a lot. And my aunt didn't want to stay at the hospital and let them take a look at her, let her give them something to calm down. And my brother and his wife immediately called me, and it was almost, like Joaquin said, my family pulls on me a lot. And I'm okay with that. I'm truly okay with them pulling on me, because I can be strong when others aren't able to be as strong. But, they called me yesterday and they were like, what, TT doesn't want to stay at the hospital. And I was like, tell her that I personally said, that I need her to get checked out before she goes anywhere. And she stayed. She definitely stayed. My aunt is that type of person that, when I, say something, or when I suggest something to her, she takes it wholeheartedly. She does. And I know that we can't keep our head down or anything about death, because death is a part of life, like Joaquin said. But sometimes it hits you like a ton of bricks now. It hits you like a ton of bricks. But I can definitely say to you all coming on here, we don't have the best relationship with everybody in our family. We don't. But I'm telling y'all never know that phone call that you're going to get. You never know. And it's okay not to agree with everything and everybody. It's okay. But that does not mean that you have to have strife. That does not mean that you have to hold on to grudges. That does not mean that you don't tell those people who are a big part of your life, you love them.
Yep.
You care. You give them their flowers while they're still here.
Yeah.
And that's so, so important. I'm gonna be transparent with you all for a minute, which is something that, Joaquin and I really believe in. You know what? One of my weaknesses, one of my weaknesses is follow up. I don't reach out to people a lot. And I say sometimes, I'm so busy, or I'm this, or I'm that. And we got to stop using those as an excuse just to send somebody a text that takes us 30 seconds.
Yep.
To pick up the phone and just at least say, Hey, I was thinking about you today. Hey, I really miss you. I know that life is happening. Okay? We have got to stop using our busy, unproductive lives as an excuse.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we're just busy and we're just still unproductive, no matter how busy we are. And sometimes we do need to take that moment just to say, you know what? I was thinking about you. You were on my mind today. Because it is so, you never know what that little piece of hello that person is going to get and be able to take with them. Okay. And Sonia was one of my cousin that just passed. She was one of those people that she tried to reach out to everybody all the time. She was always that one that wanted to stay connected. Okay. And, you know, she was truly a reminder to me that I have to do better. That I really, really have to do better in that aspect. And so, you know, like I said earlier, life happens, death happens, it's inevitable. Death is a part of life. And it's about finding the beauty in that. It's truly about finding the beauty in the brokenness, finding the beauty in the loss. What did they leave behind? And what was the beauty behind them as that individual, as that person that was a part of your life? So I thank everyone for sending your condolences, for, you know, being a part of our life, for truly just loving us for who we are and for what we are. We thank you all so, so much. And I'm just gonna tell you, it's like my body is just hurting right now. I'm tired. There's a difference from me being tired and a difference from me being sleepy. Those are for me are two totally different things. It was like, woo! Yesterday was a bit much for me. And like Joaquin said, it was. On our way home, finally coming home to get settled down last night, I literally fell asleep while he was driving me. And I don't do that. Baby, I will not sleep while Joaquin is driving me. Because one of the things that I least like about my husband is how he drives. So that man is Get on this side, baby. So yeah, it was just this weekend is this weekend has definitely just been a lot. It's just been a lot emotionally and physically for me. You know, let me tell y'all something. I can help almost everybody with their problems. I can listen to them. I can help walk them through situations. But that don't mean your girl don't go through it, because I do. Okay? I do. I'm human. I'm flesh just like y'all. I am not exempt from any of that. So know that. I am not exempt from that. My family is not exempt from that. Okay? But I'm telling you that still doesn't stop me from the calling and the purpose that God has on my life. And it's something that I will continue to walk out. You know, and I do. I have my people that I can lean on. I have my people that I can, that I can just let it all out on. So.
Good morning.
Go put a shirt on.
Thanks, but I mean, yeah, sometimes and my husband is a huge part of that too. My husband is a huge part of, when I'm weak, he's strong, and just, being that for me when I need it. And even sometimes when I tell them, I'm good, I'm fine, because we good at telling people that. How you doing? Oh, I'm good. Knowing you just ripped totally apart into pieces,
Yeah.
And, we have a hard time. We don't have a hard time lying about how we feel and how we doing because we feel like people don't take us serious. But I'm telling y'all, if people are asking you how you are doing, just tell them. Yeah. Be real about it. Because some people literally care about what you're going through. I don't mind. I don't mind telling people that ask me, how am I doing? Well, today is just not a good day for me. I'm emotionally or physically or something. I'm going through it. If that's where I am, that's where I am.
Okay. Let's say hey. There you
go. Oh, they've already said hey to him. Yeah. So, man, I'm telling you.
Let me tell you the beauty about my wife. While we were at our aunt's house yesterday in the grieving, in the process, everyone coming through, we had people coming in recognizing us, and my wife started telling jokes. Mm-hmm. My wife started telling jokes, and everybody in there is laughing. And then we take a run to the store, and in the midst of laughing, walking out of the door to getting in the car, she's crying. And by the time she gathered herself, she's back at the house, smiling. Because she has to be strong for certain people at the time. And people don't understand that emotional roller coaster takes a lot out of you. It does. It takes a lot out of you. And we just want to, even with what we're going through right now, this is our way of trying just to encourage others, encourage you all on here. If you're going through something, death, loss of job, anything, and be encouraged. Be encouraged that, it's going to get better. Tomorrow's a new day. Mm-hmm. And perspective.
Yeah.
Control your perspective. How you see things, how you view things, how you look at things. A lot of people have regrets about what they didn't do before someone passed. All right? Change your perspective and say, what will I do going forward?
Mm-hmm.
And that's our biggest thing is we try to reach out to everyone. We try to love everybody. Like my wife said earlier, you don't get along with everybody in your family, and that's not by choice. Mm-hmm. But you love them anyway. Yeah. Everyone on here, I don't have to agree with all of you all's perspectives. I don't have to agree with all of you all's choices. That's not my job. My job is to love you where you are.
That's right.
And love you for who you are. You all don't answer to us. Because my wife and I we understand this one thing for sure. We don't have a hell or heaven to put nobody in. Or we don't have a yay or nay in how long you stay here, how long you don't. But we do know one thing. While we're here, we can love you. I don't have to agree with you, but we can love you. So
absolutely.
Yeah, that's our biggest thing.
Mm-hmm. But we didn't come on here to be a Debbie Downer. We didn't come on here to be a Debbie Downer. We did want to update.
Who did it?
She's a downer. Like a negative Nancy, a Debbie Downer, but there's a positive Peggy. Peggy is positive.
And we definitely don't want to be accusing Carrie.
Yeah,
hey,
baby, and accusing Carrie. I like that. Yes, absolutely, yes. But we didn't come on here to be a Debbie Downer. We wanted to update, but we did want to come on here to update you all for over the weekend because we were supposed to come on Friday night, yes. And we were unable to. We were actually traveling that day as well. And then Saturday morning we were traveling home, expecting to get on with you guys by noon, 1:00. But then we had the call and everything. So yeah, we did not. Danielle, we will be sending out your beach ball this week. For anybody who won the prizes from last week, I'm sending them out this week.
As
y'all know,
she enjoyed her dad.
Let me tell y'all, these past 2 weekends have been a high and then a complete drop as a low from this weekend compared to last weekend. So yes, so sorry. Yes. Well, I'm about to say something. Oh, I got one for y'all though. I do have one for y'all. Because I know, I'm still a jokester. Daniel said they holding church over here. But I do have one for y'all. And some of y'all might know the answer to this.
You sleep?
No, sir.
Hey, good job.
So I got one for
You
y'all.
just roll your eyes. Okay.
What does a gay cow eat? What does a gay cow eat?
Don't listen to y'all, mama. I don't even know.
Hey. Hey, that's what a gay cow eats. Hey, yeah. See, y'all knew that one. Y'all knew that joke. Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all.
I heard that joke. I was literally on the floor.
Y'all tell her.
Like literally on the floor. I was on it.
Hey,
I was.
do it again.
Hey. Nobody. Hey.
Y'all
Yeah. All right, boys. Y'all can go watch Endgame. Y'all want to watch Endgame? Yeah, go watch Endgame. I'm coming in there. I'll watch it with y'all once I finish up everything. Mm-hmm. Huh, baby?
Y'all put on your clothes up. Excuse us.
Yeah. Yeah, I know he has to be, he's always daddy in discipline mode, like most of the time. What do you call a deer with no eyes? We have no idea. I think that's what it is. Yes. Oh, thank you. Someone said you are so pretty. Thank you. And Brown Vanessa says, I love your energy. Thank you so much. I have no idea. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm. He got them in there doing their daily push-ups right now. And then they're gonna start watching their movie for the afternoon. Yeah, my husband is always in that military discipline, training children in the way that they should go. He's always in. I'm telling y'all, he is a stickler. Y'all think that, Joaquin, he's a great husband, great father. And I tell y'all, he is definitely like a stickler on those kids. And when I say firm, he is very firm. Very, very firm. Yeah, he's in there. He's in there training the boys, making sure they do their push-ups correctly, making sure they're in the right position and everything. So, yeah. Yeah, y'all want to watch him? Y'all want to hear him?
Stop it, Stacey.
Well, I mean, hey, you're doing it in the background, baby. So. See, his son, Landon said, I'm going to do 50. His dad told him he needs to do more than that.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm going to do?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, go. Do 100. Stop it on 15. Get them right. Sorry, y'all. Gotta get them right.
So, that's what he does on a regular basis. And I just step over to the side.
I try to get her to do some push-ups, y'all, but
we have 2 boys. Yeah, we have 2 boys.
Someone said, wish Joaquin get me to do a push-up.
So Daniel Kim says, when does a dad joke become a dad joke? When it's apparent. When it's apparent. When it's apparent. A dad joke becomes a dad joke when it's apparent. Yes.
That took me a minute.
That's child abuse. Yeah. So he definitely pushes them to
I like this appearance.
Yeah. He definitely pushes them to he said, I hate Stacey. She knows them all. But yeah, no, he pushes them. One of the things I do admire about my husband, though, when he's in this mode of training the kids, physically training them, he'll tell Landon to do 100. But if Landon can't make it to 100, he does just say, I want you to give your all. I want you to do as many as you can until it just feels like your arms are about to break. So I do like that he kind of brings balance there, but sometimes I do have to be like, okay, baby, is that realistic for him being where he is and in the physical part in which he is? So, yeah.
This is the thing about when it comes to kids, we have to be pushed even as kids to be competitive.
Yeah.
And this translates over into just the schoolwork. Be the best. If you want to set your goals high. When I married my wife, I didn't have a low goal. I had a high goal. I just didn't know I'd, pick Mount Everest. So
it's a hard mountain to climb.
Yeah, that's a hard mountain to climb. Our boys are 11 and 9. 11 and 9. My boys do push-ups better than some grown people. Jumping jacks, they haven't got into weights yet. I'm saving that for them. But once they get into like competitive sports, this is going to be things. Some of the things that they're going to have to learn, they're already going to have in them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, it instills a lot in them. And one of the things that I try to bring balance to is their competitive spirit, because they have a naturally competitive spirit. Our boys do. And with that, I try to bring balance is that, we want to be the best. We want to win at it all. But in reality, we're not. Okay? I can do a push-up. Yeah. And realize what I said. Remember, I'm a stickler for words and how I word things. I can do a push-up. Okay? I can do a push-up.
A
push-up. I can do a push-up. No, you're good. Yeah. Yeah, Dad works out with them a lot. He works out with them a lot. 9 times out of 10, they are in our garage because it's half of it is a gym. He's down there working out with them. Yes. Yep. I can do a push-up. Yeah, I can do a push-up. Y'all want to see me do a push-up? I like to have on the right kind of shoes. I don't like to do it with no shoes on.
Why not? It's a push-up. I want to see you do it.
You want to see me do a push-up?
I'm telling y'all something. I used to have my wife tight.
So not eating a push-up pop? I know that don't count.
Hey, my wife and I, we were starting to work out again this week. However, with everything going on, we're going to push it back to next week. But back in the day when my wife and I was working out together, had her tight, y'all.
Yeah, I was. Okay, let's bring some balance to that, because before I met Joaquin, I was already in the gym. I was really tight then. He just came and tied up some of the loose ends that were there. Can we bring some balance there? Like, for real?
No.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But I was pretty tight when you met me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I just have to bring some balance to Joaquin sometime.
I mean, I was just saying you were tight when we were in the gym.
When we were in the gym. So I was working out already. So I still have to bring balance to my husband sometimes.
What was to bring balance in? Were you not tighter when I got with you than you were before I met you?
Like I said, you tightened up some loose ends.
So that's all I was saying. We were tight.
Okay.
So you didn't have to say you. Okay, I want you to have the same energy now.
So what you mean you have that same energy now?
That you had
and
before?
Get myself tight before you come into the picture. Absolutely. Yep. So, yeah. Okay. You gonna sit down, or you still waiting on watching them?
No, I couldn't be in both cameras when I was sitting down.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But so I have to just stay on top of her, man. Now, man.
He said, my wife and I like the sound of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
she got her prize goal now. She on. Is that it? Or you just don't want to?
That's not it.
That's not it? Okay, just check.
Yeah. Whose face is it for you? His or mine? Because he hates it when I try to bring balance to something. I don't like my husband get the big head sometimes.
That one get the big head.
Okay. All right.
My point blank is, if I helped her get tighter in areas that she needed to be tight in. Did I not?
Yeah, you helped me to get tighter.
So that's all I was saying. We were tight. It had nothing to do with you working out before or after.
But I did want them to know that I did work out before you. Yeah. I know, right? Just stop while you're ahead. Just give me my credit that, yes, I was in the gym. And sometimes that's all I want my husband to do is just give me my credit that I was already in the gym before meeting him. Because no. And I want to bring it balance to him because I see his face. Okay?
That wasn't even
listen, Leroy. Listen.
Go ahead, Linda.
Okay. Let Linda speak for a moment, okay?
You speak all the time.
Okay. So this is my thing, okay? Every time he talks about me being in the gym when he first met me, okay, it's always I had her type. But this is you. You don't recognize it.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Because I always say my wife was already going to the gym.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Okay. Y'all, my wife work out.
I used to. I don't say that I work out now. I don't say that I work out now. I just said I can do a push-up. A push-up. I just want y'all to know how I work that. Yep. Yeah, you can tell us a joke, Stan. Yeah, you can tell us a joke. And
then what kills me, when I try to train her now, this is what she tells me. I'm going to go do what I want to do. How you going to do what you want to do and you want me?
Yeah, up until a certain point. Up until a certain point, he knows that I need about 14 days consistently in the gym before he takes on a new regimen for me, okay? And I always tell him that, just give me 14 days consistently in the gym before I start his workout regimen for me. Because his workout regimen is extremely, extremely extensive. And I got to work my way up to that. And if I first get into the gym day one with his regimen, he has no chill. And when we're in the gym together, he's not my husband. It's like, dude, I just want to punch you in your face real quick. Like, I really do. If I start out with his regimen. And he knows this. We've had this conversation for over the last 15 years. Like, dude, I am not that chick anymore. I'm not.
Yes, she is.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You are. It's perspective.
Okay, it's perspective. Okay. No.
My wife, she's still that person. My wife doesn't want to do it mentally. My wife doesn't want to be sore. Why can't I be sore? Yes, you are.
I don't mind the soreness. I don't mind the soreness.
Ooh,
I don't.
I'm sweating.
I do not mind the soreness. I don't mind the sweat. I don't mind the sweat.
What's the problem? What are we waiting on?
I don't. You're the problem.
No, I'm not the problem.
Yes, you are.
The last few times we worked out, did I not push you? I said, hey, do your thing. All I did was correct you on your form, right?
You just asked me what was the problem, right?
So
you said, what was the problem? I answered that question.
It's not me, y'all.
It doesn't. Hey,
in order to get results, y'all have to be pushed a little.
Yeah, he is definitely going to get me to my goal. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you one of the best assets of my wife when we finish working out and she's,
my asset. Y'all, I'm telling you, verbiage is everything. One of my biggest assets. Hey, I just wanted to bring that to you.
I love this girl's silly. I love seeing my wife in some nice heels.
Hey.
Her calves on point. Ooh, and then a few of her the rumpers with the back out. Mm-hmm. My wife has a nice back. Ooh, backside too. You do have a nice backside too. But her back, man, I love watching my wife's arms and back. She's tight, boy. She can fill out a dress. Yes, she can.
Somebody say I'll push my husband right out the door. I know that's your push up, right? Like push, like bye ninja, bye.
I promise you, this is the thing. I think all married couples should work out together to some extent, duration. I don't care if it's doing 10-minute beach bod at home together, stretching together. It just builds a unification between two people to try to improve each other.
Hold on. So there's a comment on TikTok. This man said a woman with heels, viewing from behind. I love this man. Baby, you literally just laid that vision out for him.
Yeah.
Like, Lord.
So somebody feels me.
A woman who, like really, I like to even see myself in heels when I'm tight. It's like, I feel myself. Like, I turn myself on. Like, hey, this what you, boy, you better. Yeah.
I do.
He does.
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, she's because it's hard.
Yes.
But I tell you this someone said earlier that it's hard to get their wife to work out with them. Help them find the right workout for them. I don't care if y'all work out together doing sit-ups or push-ups together in the floor, beginners push-ups on a mat while you're watching your favorite sitcom.
Yes.
It's about just doing something together. And women all women hear me. We understand that you all go through changes in your body, especially having kids. We thank y'all for that. We love y'all for that. Some men are a little too anal about that, in my opinion. I used to be one of them. Used to be.
Yes.
I used to be one of them.
Hence, why I'm kind of skeptical about that.
No, whatever. Don't be skeptical. I need to do it for you.
Excuses. That's what mine are. I mean, I know that.
But men, we still love, but we are still
that right
visually motivated. What you trying to say?
She said no talking about heels or grass is green. We ain't talking about that.
Yeah. But men, we are still visually driven by what we like in our spouse, in our wives. We are. Mm-hmm. And I love to see a woman working out toward it. I don't care if you don't even hit your goal. The fact you put the effort in for it, man, you deserve that praise. Mm-hmm. But be dedicated.
Yeah, that is true. A lot of men don't motivate the women. It's more of a complaining that you gain weight or that you look a certain way as opposed to motivating you to get in.
So I encourage all men out there, if you're going to motivate your wife, get out there and motivate, be the motivation that she needs. Be with her. Get out there and do it together.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, because he motivates me. I just really got to get into it. Oh, I really do.
I'm sorry. Hey, what is that? Talitha 3? Oh, I can't pronounce your name, but you're so right. I'm not saying that women are not visually motivated, because the same way men want our women to still look good. Look,
we want
our women don't want to see their men go from fine to fat.
Yeah, fine to fat. I like that.
I'm just better, fine to fat. Mm-hmm. So we have to make sure we keep ourselves tight too. Look, I don't get paid to be in movies, to be models and stuff like that, but I'm gonna keep myself decent.
Yeah.
Do I have a goal or something? My wife has already told me there are certain stages of my life I can't get back to because she's like, no, you were too big.
D. Clark, stop. Oh my God.
I need them.
She said, He said, they still doing them push-ups over there. The boys.
Oh, they're finished.
Are they done?
Yeah. So, my son Landon, he did get his 100. He did get his 100, and my son Maddox, who's 9, he did 55. So he shortchanged today. He usually do about 60 or 75, but sometimes he get in his little feelings.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said, Luther, behave. That's Luther, baby. Luther said, I went from fat to fatter.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you something, men. If your wife or your husband is not complaining, women, hey, do you? But if I'm you, what we do on a quarterly basis, we will sit down and ask each other, hey, is there something about me physically that I need to change? I work on. We do. My wife always tells me, baby, you're fine where you are. I don't care if you get a little bit. But I'm still a little insecure. My wife look at a movie or see somebody. Oh, don't let her look at Avengers and Thor come on there. She be like, "Ooh!" I'm like, "Oh, now I'm outside doing pull-ups."
Or Captain America in she know the movies. Infinity War.
When he was on that
that's the Captain America I'm talking about right there. Like the one in the black.
She just told me he came back with the beard and stuff.
OMG.
See
Cap.
that?
I'm like, Cap,
See?
do it. Yes. Look.
I'm gonna cap her.
Okay. Like, no, Captain America came with it.
So was it yes, girl?
Yes. I was like, Cap, you did it. I'm just playing. Cap can't get it. Cap can't get this grass green on the other side.
Hey, I tell you, Cap better have his shield.
Cap looks good on there. Captain America,
better have his
yes.
shield.
And then when Thor cut his hair, y'all, how many of y'all feel me on this Martin? Somebody said, Lord, yes. Look, I'm telling y'all. Look.
This was I second that one. Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
Look.
And look, I'm the kind of man like this. I'm a very secure man. Cap and Thor.
They came with
They did look good. I ain't gonna lie to you.
They look good. I'm telling y'all.
I'm telling you. Thor,
I did go too far, David. I did.
For me, oh no, I knew she was playing. I ain't worried about that. For me, it was Thor when he was opening the portal for the star to shine through. When he was flexing through it, then I was like, okay. Hey, I need to get my biceps back right, man. Throw a little tight there. Now I'm outside with the cables.
Look, I'm telling y'all, like Thor was like it. Like, yeah. Thor and Cap America in. But I'm gonna tell y'all, it's movies like that do encourage me to want to get back in the gym and work out, because I look at Black Widow.
Aquaman nice too. Aquaman has a nice body.
I gotta go see Aquaman with me. I gotta look at
the long hair. Long hair, the tattoos.
Yes, he is. He is nice looking. Yeah. Somebody said, "Girl, it's Aquaman for me." Yes. Black Panther.
Oh, you know Black Panther?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
It's tight now.
Yeah. Now I'm in comics. Like, I love Marvel comics. Absolutely love them. Yeah. Yeah. I guess a lot of it has a lot to do with insecurities when you can't talk about stuff like that in front of your spouse. Yeah. Like, I know my husband loves Nia Long. So
that's on close.
Nia Long. Who is yours then?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. He don't have one, y'all. I
like women.
Who said Thanos? Thanos is no.
Thanos is tight, man.
Now, he was a big boy though. He was a big boy.
Thanos is tight.
I don't think I would ever want Joaquin to be that big though. Thanos was big.
She told me in college she's like, I ain't have a neck, so she told me showing me.
He went overseas and all he did was work out. I'm like, no.
That's all we had to do.
That he didn't have no neck. He was just like this, y'all. I'm like, baby, where your neck? That's just how he was. He was built just like that. I'm like, dude, no, that ain't cute.
She like when I pick up and walk around.
Lord have mercy.
Go ahead. Like I was saying. Anyway, but it's about, I do like Nia Long. I like Halle Berry. I love J-Lo. Yeah, I like J-Lo. Oh, the Hulk type. Come on now,
I love the Hulk.
He's in a league of his own.
But here's the thing. So my favorite Avenger is Iron Man. And I guess it's just because the movies and all of that.
Sarcasm.
His sarcasm. I love him. He's first when it comes to like that Avenger that I really like. Just it's everything about him.
I like
his
Hulk.
mind, just the things that he thinks. I love that.
What is our typical Sunday? Our typical Sunday, we have swim practice with the boys. Well, I have swim practice with the boys on my son Landon on about 7:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. Then we normally going to go to church. We normally catch the first service. Sometimes we catch the second service as well. We try to get us a bite to eat, spend time with family, rest up, and get prepared for the week. I will try to go to the gym on certain Sundays, but my wife really loves Sunday to be family day. So we really like just spending time with each other, talking about the week, what we need to work on from the week prior.
Yeah.
What are our goals for this week?
Yeah.
What are some possible adjustments we may have to make throughout the week? So it really varies.
Mm-hmm.
But our Sundays are typically our days to plan.
Yeah. So someone on TikTok, if y'all want to know why he went that way, somebody on TikTok asked him, "What is our typical Sunday?" And that's basically what our typical Sunday is. Like today, usually I'll cook a dinner on Sundays, but today I'm really not cooking. I did want some rice and shrimp, so in the air fryer. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what our typical. How do you do weekly planning together?
Yeah, we do it together, and we think about, what do we have planned, what's already on our schedule for the week. Like, I mean, we try to stick to a consistent schedule with our clients, and with new clients coming in, what does that look like? How many new clients do we have starting this week? So we have to sit down and really think about that, because I have to ask Joaquin, what do you have? Because he has his own set of clients. We have our client base together, and then I have my own individual clients too. So it's really about sitting down and talking about, okay, what does your Tuesday look like? Like this week, I know Monday we need to get up and be ready to walk out the house by 9 so that we can go to a couple of places that we have to go to. Tuesday morning, we're looking to see what, if we have a podcast that we're doing with one of our followers, want us on their podcast. So are we doing that Tuesday morning? What does that look like? This particular week, I have to travel Tuesday. So I'll be traveling the rest of the week starting Tuesday. And so it's basically that's how our week is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone asked earlier, I done lost it, but someone asked here, how do you get your spouse on the same track as you? Well, my wife has taught me to put everything on the calendar and in our phones, but all of our calendars are linked together. So all of our stuff is linked in together. So once I see her planning and I see my planning, we make a lot of adjustments off of that. Mm-hmm. I know how I need to, what times I need to change, what times I need to adjust, what we need to be together, what times the kids need to eat, what times they need to be down. So all of that stuff really goes into play with us.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said, what advice would you give your 16-year-old self? If I had to give my 16-year-old self any type of advice, it would be what you see right now is not your reality. Like what you see right now is not your reality. Because had I been able to tell my 16-year-old self that then I would have known that there was so much more to life than what I was actually seeing. Yeah. Like, I'm telling you, I have to be like, this cannot be my reality. This is not my reality. It's not. Because when I was 16, remember, I'm growing up in a very small town. I'm 16-year-old. I grew up in a city that was nothing but a sex pool. I kid you not. Everybody's sleeping with everybody's husband. Everybody's sleeping with everybody's man. That man has probably already had 20 of the women that live in that same city. A sex pool. That is not your reality. It's not. But when I would turn 16, right before I turned 17, I had an opportunity to move to New York City. Changed my entire life.
Got it bigger.
Changed my entire life. So I'm telling you, any advice or any type of different perspective that we can give to people right now, especially at that age of 14 on up. Oh my God. I'm telling you, no. And I still made a lot of bad decisions based on what I thought was reality from up until the age of 16. I still made those terrible choices. I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't. But if I had to go back and tell my 16-year-old self that, I definitely would have. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, no, it's she just say that's awful to know all about your community at that age. Well, she's talking about looking back now.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about looking back.
Yeah,
looking back now, I see what that was. I didn't know it then. Now I saw some things that my mom was doing that, I mean, yeah.
I feel what you're saying. I got you.
Okay. I mean, that my family was doing. But I'm telling you, if I had to go back and tell my 16-year-old self anything, that's what it would be.
I would tell my 16-year-old self that your fears are a facade. That's what I would tell my 16-year-old self. I would tell myself my fears are a facade. If I knew how to use my fears as motivation now, as I did, like I do now, then, I think I would be much better off now. And I wasn't that fearful. There were a few things that I had fear in that I never stepped out on because I was afraid of failure. So with that being said, I think fear and failure is a part of life. Failure is a part of life. Failure is a part of life when you're trying to reach a goal. Without failure, you don't know what mistakes not to make. You don't know which avenues not to go down. You don't know which friends, not to keep so close. So, failure is a part of life.
This is a good one. This is a good question that we have on TikTok. It says, should you cut off your female friends that you have known for years to make your mate happy?
Yes. Real simple. If your female friends know who you are, then they should know that if you're cutting them off, you're doing it for a reason. And it has nothing to do with them. When you have to cut off female friends for your spouse, for your marriage to be happy, not because, I'm not saying that if your spouse is jealous or insecure, something like that, what are the reasons why? Let's get to the bottom of that before we introduce anybody else into our marriage. My friends have been my friends for years. If I need them, they'll still be there for me if they're true friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, I cut my mom off for my wife because my mama's her relationship with me isn't going to change. She's my mama, but this is my wife. So your wife needs to always, in my opinion, as a man, your wife needs to always know without a shadow of a doubt that you put her before anybody.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Hey, we got somebody from Botswana.
Botswana?
Hello.
Man, hey, what's up from Botswana?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
do you cook a woman turkey necks on the first date? Depending on how hungry you are.
Hey, Angie said I cut out my female friends because they talk too much and I'm single.
That's a good reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but you have to make some adjustments. You have to make some big adjustments when you're talking about committed relationships. When you talk about marriage, when you talk about is there anyone in my life that makes you uncomfortable? That's a great, I need to add that to the critical questions.
What's that?
Is there anyone in my life right now that makes you uncomfortable? That's good. That's a good question.
And I'm gonna tell you something. That'll show you truly how.
That's a good question.
That'll show you how mature your spouse or your mate is.
Mm-hmm.
Because if this is my thing, if my wife has an issue or feels uncomfortable around somebody that I'm bringing around, male or female, I need to make some adjustments. And if I don't make some adjustments, then I need to check me.
Mm-hmm.
Or I need to be checked. So it's amazing. It's amazing how people will make excuses for people in their lives that have hurt them to keep them in their lives with somebody who's just trying to help them.
Yep.
Who's trying to be everything they need to be, but they'll make excuses for somebody who they know is not good for them.
It's not good for them. I did that for years. Y'all. And y'all know how transparent me and Joaquin are. I did it for years. Worst thing I ever did. Let them folk go. Let them folks go. Okay? Take it from me. Marianne, 638. Why doesn't any man put me 10, let alone first? What am I doing wrong?
You're not saying around.
And you don't see yourself as number one either.
You don't see yourself. When you're number one, you carry yourself as number one.
You carry yourself as number one.
I didn't say be a bougie broad. you carry yourself with the standard.
Yes.
And this is the thing. If somebody doesn't want to meet your standard, it's okay to let them go.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
And that's the thing. We hold on to these people that don't put us first, and we know they don't put us first. And we know we don't come second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. We know that. But we hold on to those people who are doing nothing but continuing to show us that we are less than. And when we do that, we don't look at ourselves as number one. And Marianne, we don't know you. So we're not saying that you're number one. You're not number one, but you draw what you attract. Yeah, we're just what people see on you.
We're answering your question based on how it was stated.
Yes.
Because this is the thing. Prime example. Look at this. What did you say about me when you first met me? What did you think about me?
I was not physically attracted to Joaquin when I first met him.
But what did you think about my attitude and stuff?
Oh, I thought he was very arrogant, like very cocky, arrogant. It's like, almost a turn off. Almost. However, I did, something that changed my mind about that. Like, I can probably handle this confidence.
You see how I turned to confidence? Because this is the thing. I didn't want to come off as arrogant. I was a freshman in college before I knew what conceited was. Freshman. Before I knew what conceited was, but I knew who I was. And this is the thing. If you didn't like me, if I tried to accept you and you didn't like me, cool. That just means you ain't for me. It don't mean it don't mean I'm not who I am. Mm-hmm. I'm just not for you, or you can't see the value in me.
Right.
So you have to know what your value is, and you have to hold yourself to that value.
Yep.
You're more than just a physical body. Women, understand this. You're more than just a physical body, a sex partner, or somebody who can help pay bills.
Yeah.
We can get that anywhere. Me in the same way. But what do they bring to your life to better you, and what can be better for them?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would say.
Yep. So, I mean, that's just how we, that's our opinion on that particular question.
Oh, shit. No, sweetie. If you have to answer that question.
Cindy.
If you have to ask that question.
Okay. Haley Claire's question. Okay. Go ahead, Cindy. We're talking about Cindy's question. Haley Claire. Read Haley Claire's question. We're talking about Cindy. Cindy, that was one of the things that I watched. That's one of the things that I would tell my 16-year-old self. That wasn't my reality. But everything I saw going on around me was that. 12, 10, 15, 20-year relationships, and they never asked to marry. Cindy, I'm gonna give you a prime example, and Joaquin, it doesn't matter. I think you'll be okay with me mentioning my mom at this point, because I'm gonna.
I thought she was gonna say something else, y'all. I was like, y'all, no. She finna get capped, y'all.
No. Anyway, so Cindy, this is specifically for you. I watched my mom love my bonus dad for 33 years, and he's never asked to marry her. Never. And told her that he loved her, but he was not in love with her. He was never going to ask my mom to marry him. He was never going to. And they were together 33 years consistently. That wasn't my reality. And if I had to go back and tell my 16-year-old self, this is not my reality. And I love my bonus dad. Love him, have a great relationship with him. But he never asked my mom to marry him. Never. My sister was with her first husband for 12 years. He asked her to marry him. They got married and was divorced 2 years later. They were together 12 years, Cindy. 12. They made a relationship. Well, they made a relationship work for 12 years, got married, but then divorced in 2.
You can't force a circle into a square. I don't care how much you want to make somebody be someone they're not. If you're trying to make someone be someone they're not, that means you don't know who you are. My opinion. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Y'all can tell my wife made up her mind at a very young age. Somebody proposing to her. I will not.
I did not know.
I will not.
That was not a decision that I made up in my mind.
No.
I didn't have that they asked me to marry him.
You know how she made a decision on David? Because of how she carried herself.
That is true.
Because of how she carried herself and what she demanded. And she demands a lot. Oh, she demands a lot. I just didn't care what she demanded. Yeah, you better sit your mind down. So this is the thing.
Yeah, I hear the arrogance. Yeah.
When you're dealing with the alpha female, you have to have some arrogance in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's quiet arrogance or boisterous arrogance. I didn't say conceited or disrespectful arrogance. As she should. Every woman should. Every woman should carry herself with a certain standard of I ain't going. Mm-hmm. This is my standard. I ain't say you got to do this for me because I'm gonna tell you right now. Any woman, my wife will tell you, she's sitting right here. Any woman that came up to me, telling some, you got to be able to have this and do this for me, you can kick rocks. Mm-hmm. If you are a woman and you're not able to do it for yourself, don't you expect me to do it for you. Or you're not working toward doing it for yourself, don't expect a man to do it for you.
Yeah. So let me bring balance to this 12-year, 10-year thing. After a while, when my bonus dad told my mom that he wasn't in love with her, that he loved her, but he wasn't in love with her.
We're coming to you, Haley.
She didn't quite understand that. She didn't. She had to call me to get clarification on that. And my mom allowed my bonus dad to do what he did. And that's what I shared with her. I said, Mom and Dad only did what you allowed him to do. If you never had the expectation or the standard that he would need to marry you after all y'all had been through, then Mama, how was he supposed to know? I mean, and that was just real. How was he supposed to know?
So ladies, speak your mind.
So you have to know what your standards are, and you got to be able to put that on the table and be like, if you can't meet this, don't be so selfish that you can't make adjustments as needed, because you will need to make adjustments throughout life, period. But come on now,
Word choice, and it can't be based off physicality.
Yeah. Okay. So Haley, what was Haley's question, baby?
You saw it. Read it.
How do you make a child? Okay, so we have a question on YouTube that we want to address. It's a really good question. How do you make a child understand that parents' separation is needed while the other parent is pretending there is hope for a reunion, but they caused the separation?
How old is the child?
How old is the child, Haley? Oh, I'm saying bonus dad. He's my stepdad. I don't call him my stepdad. It's my stepdad. He basically raised me from the age of 3. He has been in my life since I was 3 years old. That's my bonus dad. He never adopted me or any of that. He had been with my mom for many, many years. I don't call him my stepfather or my stepdad. I call him my bonus dad. There you go. Yep. No problem. Ask anything. We'd rather you ask than assume. So that's what that is. Uh-huh. Okay, so Haley.
Oh, yeah, I know the bonus dad either.
Haley, how old is the son? Or the child? I don't know if it's a son or a daughter. That's right, Carolyn. I'm sorry. 6 years old. Oh, Haley, that's a tender age.
Just conversate.
Oh, it's about communicating with that child.
Boy or girl?
Is it a boy or a girl? Why can't he wants to know if it's a boy or girl? I need some elaboration on why that matters, baby.
For me, it matters.
Mm-hmm. I know.
It matters as far as how to talk to them, because females are going to take things differently than boys. They're going to act out differently.
Hi, Samantha. He just turned 6, baby, okay. And had told me that what his dad is doing, and I have had to tell him I love his dad, but we can't be together. And so there's no hope on you guys ever getting back together, Haley, from your perspective. You know, you looking at it from what you guys have been through and what he's caused in your life, there is no hope for you all getting back together. And the reason we're asking Haley all of these questions on YouTube is because it all plays a huge part in how to have the conversation with your child, who is 6 years old, who dad is saying, oh, there's hope. Me and mom are going to work it out and all of that. But mom knows something totally different. Okay.
It's okay to have hope.
It's definitely okay for dad to have that hope. You know, and Haley, one of the things that I highly, highly recommend is don't push dad out of his life. And so when you allow him to have that relationship with his father and do not paint a bad picture of his father to him. It does not matter how dad acts, how he responds, what he does not do, or if he says that he's going to do something and he doesn't do it. Don't ever, ever put your mouth on dad in front of him. Vent to somebody else about how you feel about daddy, but never him. Okay? And Haley said, no, there is absolutely no way they're getting back together. And so, Haley, what you have to do at the tender age of 6 for a boy is you have to make sure that what you're saying to him doesn't make him think that you're pushing dad just completely out of you all's lives. Okay? Okay? You have to be very clear about how you are feeling from the perspective of love, coming from a very loving place. Look, I loved your dad. It's just that I just know that we cannot work. I love the fact that dad has hope that, you know, we might rekindle this thing, but mommy knows that that's not for me. But I want you to have the best relationship with your father that you possibly can. That's good. She says, I would never, she says, we share custody and I know his dad is a great father, just was not a good husband. And that's how I felt about my ex-husband as well. Well, let me stop. I ain't laughing at myself for just saying that, y'all. Oh, no, my kids turned around and said, yeah, I didn't feel that way about my ex-husband. Yeah. But you know what? I'm be honest with you. He proved what I felt. I never said it out loud to the children, but I mean, I said it to Joaquin. But you know, hey, yeah, Joaquin wouldn't even let me. I was like, I gotta tell somebody this because I can't tell the children, so or the child. So I mean, hey, yeah, I can't say that he wasn't either or. Butter and honey.
Honey already on there. To the glaze.
I don't see the glaze, baby. But you know, hey. Yep, and you got to keep reiterating that, Haley. You got to constantly keep saying that, you know, I never say, she said, I never say bad things about him, and that is that he's a great dad, and we both love him. Yep. Just keep reiterating to your son, we love you. Even though we're not together, we still both love you. And keep reminding him that what the reason we're not together has absolutely nothing to do with you. Has absolutely nothing to do with you. I always tell people all the time that my ex-husband, he's a great guy. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. He just wasn't good enough for me. That's just how I felt about it. I didn't choose well. I chose wrong. What's wrong, babe? Oh, I chose. That was that 16-year-old mind speaking then, before she learned different. Yep.
So why did you choose me?
Huh?
Why you hurt me then? What am I thinking then?
I want you to ask this question in front of them. Jayla Faye, if you will email us.
So, and see, these are the kind of questions that we ask each other and talk about, and we're not afraid to talk about in front of you all. I know the answer. I think I do. But if you chose right in me, well, I chose you. And you know you chose right. Why did you decide to try to sabotage that.
Okay, so Joaquin is asking me a question.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
asking her a question.
Are y'all ready? Yeah, y'all are ready. Will you please re-ask the question for Joaquin? For our audience.
So
please.
if my wife chose me, or I chose her, and she knows she has. Did you know you had something good in me?
Just keep going. You're asking me a question. I'll elaborate on all of this.
Why? What mindset were you chose? Were you thinking from the 16 mindset when you chose to try to sabotage us?
All right. Was I thinking from a 16-year-old mindset when I chose to kind of violate my marriage?
16, 20, 21, whatever.
Okay. I was thinking from a whole mindset. Oh, y'all. When I chose Joaquin, okay?
So there's no way you can get mad at what
I was sick. And that's what I thought about. That's what I thought about. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no hard feelings. Okay, so look. Hey, Stu. Look, let me tell y'all something. The reason I said that to him is because I'm sorry. Let me tell y'all something. So when I met Joaquin was not, when I tell you, I was not attracted to him.
But you ought to see the other guy.
Stop that. Ooh. Stop. Anyway, he said my dog walked out of the room on that one. When I chose Joaquin was not physically attracted to me. Okay? I mean, I wasn't physically attracted to him. He was not cute to me. Like, no, at all. Okay. Oh, here you go. He right here. None of that. I was none of that with Joaquin when I first met him.
She was broken,
okay?
Confused, seeing through.
Initially, what? Can I answer the question you asked me?
And then to say that about me, you ought to see the other guy.
He did ask me a question, right? Leroy just asked me a question. Okay? All right. But here's the thing. Y'all want to know what made me, and y'all know I'm just as real as they come. Okay? Y'all know what made me take a double look at Joaquin? Okay? Do y'all really want to know what made me take a second look at Joaquin? He is cute. He's a very cute guy. He's cute now. It had nothing to do with his character. It had nothing to do with his faith. It has nothing to do with his morals. It had nothing to do with all of that. It had something to do with that licky lick.
You know.
That licky lick, okay? Hey, he knew what he was doing when he went to visit Mexico, okay? When he went to Mexico.
Don't say Mexico. Say Cancun.
He knew. That's what made me say, this 24-year-old may not be like also immature as I thought. Okay.
I ain't gonna come in here flexing or nothing.
Like that's what made me take it. So when he asked me what mind was I thinking of,
that's a great segue to let you all know as well. That's why you keep physical stuff out of the loop, because it will start making you see things from a uneven vantage point, no, uneven standpoint. Now you're seeing things through a physical standpoint instead of a morals standpoint.
Yep.
Somebody said, go to your room. Go to your room.
And I know that may be a little too much information. But I mean, I know that.
This is the thing. But once you know you have something good, you let everything else go. It's no different than talking about the friends earlier. Do you let friends go for your spouse? Yes. And if you're not willing to let your friends go for your spouse, somebody you finna get ready to marry, don't get married. Don't get married, period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No.
Joaquin always.
Yes.
Okay. Joaquin is always covering me with oil. He put oil on my head like at least twice a week. Okay. But
hey,
y'all,
I think I'm using the wrong type of oil, y'all. I think I need to get some extra virgin oil and let a couple I need to go around and let the Pentecostals, the Catholic, I need all of them have to pray for this certain oil and come back and start praying again. Because I don't think my oil works.
So, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and that's why one of the things that we talk a lot about is what bringing sex into the relationship does. It clogs your mind. It turns you a blind eye. It makes you turn a blind eye to certain things. It allows everything to kind of go out of the window. So you base decisions off of that and that alone. And it's like, my gosh. I mean, so it's like you really and truly have to let's look at this from a different perspective. And see, here's the thing. Okay. I'm one of those radical Christians, okay? And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. We talk about anything, and we do come from a biblical perspective, okay? Now, sometimes people may think that we give a little bit, we're too transparent. I don't feel like we can really be too transparent. Because here's the thing, people need to hear what we're saying.
There's no such thing as too transparent when you're trying to reach people who are lost.
When you're trying to reach people who are lost, let me tell you, Jesus did not stay within the four walls to reach the people that he needed to reach. He went outside of the four walls because too many people wouldn't come into the four walls because they felt like they were being judged.
And I don't come from a pulpit, so.
You know, so, and here's the thing. We're going to meet you right where you are. Because you know what? That's the same thing that God's glory did. His glory and his grace meets you right where you are, but it doesn't leave you where it found you.
And you can't want to stay there.
And the word tells us that we overcome by the words of our testimony. I know why I was the way that I was when I met Joaquin. Okay? I know why. I was still broken. I had all of this false stuff in my head from what I saw growing up and from what people put in my mind. No. And too often, the church does not want to talk about sex. It don't want to talk about finances because it feels like it's going to rub somebody the wrong way. Well, hey, I'll rub you the wrong way. At least I'm helping you in some shape, fashion, or form.
You rub me the wrong way.
Stop. You know, so let me tell y'all something. I haven't always been saved. Some of the same sins that a lot of these people are walking around here that are ashamed of and they got all of this guilt behind, I've done the same thing. So who am I to sit up here and throw a stone when I live in a glass house as well? So no. I mean, that's just me. And as y'all can tell, I'm passionate about that. So I'm passionate about, you know, when people come who is also religious, try to come and say, oh, you shouldn't be talking about that, or you shouldn't say that. You do not have to stop and listen to my lie. You don't. So I know, Joaquin and I know specifically what God has called us to. Because I'm going to tell you something, the enemy is also called to marriages. The enemy is also called to relationships. And if it was up to the enemy, marriages would be extinct by now. So, hey, I know that we are called to marriages because God wants people to see that marriage is still good. And it's still good right here in the earth. So, hey, it is what it is. He said, somebody said, man, that burger look good. Yeah. Yeah. And we don't ever want our ministry to be to a point to where it's so business as usual and that it's so political that we are trying not to rub people the rock. Look, the people who we are assigned to, they will come. They will support. They will sow. But it's only the people that God is calling us to.
Yep.
And we get that.
We're not here to push or pull you, but we're also not here to coddle you. If you come to us and you say you're in some wrong, it's not our job to make you feel convicted or anything. That's going to be on you. But it is our job to tell you, well, this is what the Bible says. This is the way you should go per the Bible. Then it's up to you to do what you need to do. We'll be here to encourage you, but I'm not going to sit here and agree with you if you're in your wrongdoing. Neither would I want you all to agree with us if we're in our wrongdoing.
Yes.
Period. There is no way you always sitting here listening to us talk about this if you knew I was cheating around on my wife.
Yeah.
Or if you knew she was cheating around on me. Because we'd be hypocrites. Most people stay around hypocrites because it helps them justify what they're doing. Mm-hmm. I'm not here to help you justify nothing that you're doing wrong. Matter of fact, my wife, I don't even deal with fellas, guys I know doing wrong. I holler at you in passing.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
I'm going to let you see what they say. Y'all ain't a fuck on y'all. Oh man, because one of y'all is shit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
God bless you.
Yep.
Once again, people like hypocrites.
Yep. Misery loves company. And if y'all saw the comment that came up on our page of that person that I just blocked, then because people always like to throw salt and like to throw dirt and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Like I said, if you don't like what we talking about, move on. Keep going. Somebody said, man, where that burger at?
There it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, got that bacon on it too, y'all.
Yep. D-Curl said, hi. D-Curl said, hi, I missed that. Yeah, girl, don't worry, I already blocked that person, whoever that is. Yep. Come on, y'all need to be working on y'all marriage.
We are.
We are. Every single day. Yep. So that's just our truth. And so, yes, to answer Joaquin's question, that's where I was. That is the mindset that I was in. I still had not come to the realization of the value that Joaquin brought into my life. Yep. Yep. Oh, so you must be new, Tessie. You must be new to our lives. Yes, we've had serious issues. Our serious issue was infidelity. Our serious issue was infidelity. And we shared a lot about that, Tessie. So if you're new to our page, we've talked a lot about it on YouTube as well. So you can go back and watch some of our YouTube videos. And we talk a lot about the issues that we've had in our marriage. So.
Do I have any advice for a 26-year-old female with no kids? Sweetie, be careful, live your life. Explore things, travel, experience life on your own before you try to get with someone to experience it with them.
Mm-hmm.
Have some standards of which you can hold it up to so you know what you want out of life.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Did somebody else on here, did we both have kids before we got married? No, we did not. I did not have any kids. Not that I knew of or know of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
Yeah. Okay. Kim Smith.
Somebody started trying to be in the book.
Kim, how much should you disclose on a first conversation meeting someone? How much do you want to disclose? That's up to you, Kim. Yeah.
Now be careful using stuff that could be used against you.
Yep. You gotta know what people's hearts are, Kim. You definitely have to learn that before you share too much information, because you do have. We're dealing with a couple now in premarital coaching where the guy feels like he shared too much of his past with his fiance because she holds that against him, and won't see him for the changes that he has made currently in the relationship and in himself. So
I don't think he did.
We don't think he shared too much.
I think he shared what needed to be shared. I think it comes from that hits a spot for her.
Because there were some things that happened. And there were also some things that happened in the beginning of their relationship that kind of made her feel that way too. So it all depends. It all depends, Kim. Yes, our infidelity issues were very early in our marriage. Very early in our marriage. Like 2 and 3. So
1 and 2.
yeah. Oh, Crypto, y'all been married 10 years and you're 33.
Awesome.
In October what, Crypto?
Congratulations, man.
Yes, congratulations. Any advice on how to deal with it? Beloved 52, any advice on how to deal with married or attached attempting to connect with me? Do you mean married men or men that's already in a relationship trying to connect with you?
Don't connect.
Yeah, don't even make a connection with them. Let me see. My parents are having their 60-year anniversary in December. Oh, wow, Crypto. So Crypto, October 11th. Crypto, we share anniversary days. Ours is October the 11th as well. And Crypto, you come from seeing success in marriage.
We did not.
We did not. We didn't come from seeing successful marriage in our home. We didn't. And maybe it was well balanced for you too, Crypto, that you were able to take that into your marriage and have success with it. But you definitely have to make it your own.
I did some of so.
Mm-hmm. So I'm talking about in the immediate house.
No, he said grandparents, so I thought he said parents.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so our anniversary is October the 11th. Yep. And Ashley Smoot, I am so glad that you are feeling better. Did the doctors, wow. Did your healthcare providers, did they find a way to make you feel better, or was it just a true shift in your mindset as well, Ashley? I would love to know what has made the true difference in you feeling better. Somebody said Lynn thinks that I am. Look at Donna. Hey, Miss Donna.
Come here, Donna.
Oh, that's a good question for you. Do men go through a period in marriage when they don't want to be intimate? Joaquin ain't hit that stage yet.
I'm never hitting that stage. Ever.
I don't know. Who is PMG? You already know I don't eat meat like that. Stop. He said, take a bite of that sandwich and tell us what you think. Whatever.
Well, the person who asked that question, I don't know any men that have went through that stage.
No, none.
Even going through our hardest times in our marriage, I ain't never turned my wife down.
You didn't go through that stage.
I ain't never did that stage.
That's for sure.
We ain't gonna waste one.
You know what I'm about to ask.
But ask him why. I mean, there has to be a reason. I don't know. I would have to talk to him because.
But he said I would have to.
Yeah, I would have to talk to him because I just can't answer that question for you and be throwing my opinion on someone who I don't know anything about. So, that'll be a little inappropriate from my part. But speaking from a man's point of view, I don't know any men that have went through that. I know men that I know of, and we've coached men that have had infidelity. Not infidelity. Hey, babe, what is it called when? Hey, excuse me. What is it called when a man can't,
dysfunction? Erectile.
Yeah, the ED issues, and that may be something he's dealing with, and he's embarrassed to talk about it. And there may be some issues with that. But I don't know any men that just go through a stage of not wanting to. No.
Right here?
No. First of all, men aren't built that way. Mentally, physically.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, David. Yeah, it's definitely, like I said, it's definitely not impossible. It's definitely not impossible. Just for me personally, I don't know all the men in the world. Don't know a lot of the issues a lot of men have. So I'm not saying that it's not possible. And someone said, "We are the picture of a perfect marriage." Thank you for the compliment, but we don't claim to be perfect by no means. Man, we are two individuals who we found our niche for each other. And we've learned how to accept our flaws and build on them. Yeah, build on them. Me and my wife had a little blow up last week, as you all know about, something I said to her in reference to a joke that she made. And I'm not gonna say that. Hold on, I'm sorry. Put a pin right there. Someone said that he may have ED or cheating. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. Every person that has an issue with ED or something is not cheating. They're not. They're not. And anybody to make those kind of references, and I'm not speaking about this person, but people that just normally automatically go there are normally speaking from a broken lens, something they've dealt with. So before I say anyone is cheating, that's not my place to say.
Yeah.
How do you build a perfect relationship? Working at it every day. Working at it every day. And one reason my wife and I have such a good marriage, we've learned to be responsible for our own actions. Not only be responsible, we've learned how to be accountable for our own actions. Period. I have no problem stepping up, being the man, saying, you know what? I screwed up on that. I have no problem allowing my wife to correct me when I need to be corrected. That's her job. She's my helpmate. She's supposed to correct me when I'm out of line with what our vision, what our purpose is. Period. Most men don't want to say that. Who you the woman, you're not supposed to be telling me what to do. Well, who's gonna keep you in line? You not listen to God or the men. Your wife should be the one to say, hey, I don't think we should be doing that.
Oh, Zambia. Somebody's in Zambia watching us. I'm sorry.
Yep. So this is my guide. When I'm off tilter, this is my closest guide right here to get me back focused.
We done made you hungry. Somebody on TikTok said we done made them hungry. Mm-hmm. I'm just eating shrimp and rice. That's it.
My wife will tell you the reason. I am a big reason my wife went to the next level in being who she is. Because I didn't demand nothing else from her. I wanted her to be her.
Right.
Be you. I don't need you being nobody else but you. Somebody said, the more you eat, the wider your eyes get.
Well, dang. Haley, yes. You would have to go to the chat box, Haley. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm asking a question. Haley, you can go to the chat box and yeah, you can email us. Thank you, David. Yeah. Or she could go to the chat box and it comes to us privately.
Ooh, that's good. How do you deal with, well, I'm gonna read this question first.
Yes.
D.
Hold on one second, y'all.
Hold on, man. I'm jumping in now.
He has to go and get on the station.
I'm jumping in now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I can hear. In the sunroom. I'm sorry, y'all. Rakeem had to step away because he has a session. There's I don't know which question he was about to answer, but someone says, "Can you change your narcissist?" That narcissist has to change themselves. And the reason I say that is because you cannot change anyone. That person has to be willing to make some changes in themselves first. When we go into a relationship with someone and we say, I can change them, you can't change them. That's a decision that they have to make within themselves to change first. Because it's about changing the person for yourself from the inside out. That was the same thing with me. When I chose to change, that's when I began to transform. But I had to choose it first. I had to. Nope, we can't. We cannot. Can you change a narcissist? No, you cannot. That narcissist can choose to see things differently. They can choose to see it from a different perspective and not feel like their perspective, their look on life, and what they've been through is the only way. They can choose to do that. Okay? So, yes, you cannot. No, because I couldn't change Joaquin. Joaquin couldn't change me. I can't change my kids. The only thing I can do is I can be a great representation of me first. I have to be a great representation of me first before I can say that I want to create change around me. That statement is so true. Be the change that you want to see. Be the change. And it didn't, I'm telling y'all, that specific quote hit differently when I turned 34 years old. When I turned 34, that statement made so much sense to me. It did. Be the change that you want to see. Because when I became the change that I wanted to see in my marriage, in my kids, it was everything that I needed my life to be. But it started with me. And it started with my decision to love me first and to allow that love to exude from me. So, yep, that's what it was. It's about choice. And the Bible even talks about free will. You have free will to choose. So, yep. So, I mean, that's where it starts. How do you book a session? You can go onto our website to book a session. You can go to www.blendedandwinning.com. Go into blendedandwinning.com. When you get onto that first page that pops up, just scroll down and say, let's chat. And you can actually send us a message through there, letting us know that you would like to set up some coaching with us. I'll send you the information on what coaching opportunities we have available at that time. And we usually can get you scheduled within 2 weeks out. So, yes. Yeah. You know, we truly have to start looking at ourselves in the mirror. And I tell people this all the time because this is the step that I took to start seeing myself differently. Because I saw myself broken for a very, very long time. Okay. I started looking at myself in the mirror and I started telling myself what I wanted to see in me. I literally started telling myself what I wanted to see me as. I no longer wanted to see myself as this broken little girl. I didn't want to see myself as this person who couldn't have a successful relationship with just one person, that I had to have multiple people in my life to fulfill every aspect that I needed. I didn't want to see myself as that. So I had to start choosing to see myself differently. So when you start choosing to see yourselves different, then that's when the change starts. That's when the transformation can happen in your life. Now, I have another question. How do you deal with infidelity in relationship? Callie Vogue, I think that's how I pronounce your last name. How do you deal with infidelity in relationship? With forgiveness and learning how to trust again. Okay? It's about forgiveness and learning how to trust again and giving them an opportunity to earn your trust. That's how Joaquin and I began to deal with our relationship in us. It was seeing change in the other person. It was truly about me forgiving and how do I walk out that forgiveness. Okay? That's how you start to deal with infidelity. When we went through our infidelity in our marriage, we had to have some type of counsel. We started getting counseling the second year of our marriage. Okay, we started getting counseling and we still get counseling to this day, 11 years later. 11 years later, we still get counseling because we know we need those people in our lives to help us bring balance, because we don't always see it for what it is. We see it for the way we are. And sometimes we're still hurting. Okay? So we have to start truly seeing it from a different perspective. And so that's how we began to do. We began to put one foot in front of the other, learn how to forgive, learn how to start trusting again, and giving the other person an opportunity to trust us and for us to trust them. So yes. Yep. And I'm going to be honest with you. God gets all the glory. God gets all the glory behind our transformation and also in the midst of our happy, healthy marriage. Yes, you can encourage change. And you know the best way to encourage change in a person, if they're willing or even if they're not willing, you begin to show them how you're changing. You begin to be different with them. How you would normally react and respond, allow that to be different. How you talk to them, allow that to be different. Do you have empathy? Are you able to empathize with them? Because a lot of their stuff may not have been dealt with, and do you understand their why? That's how you begin to look at that. You can encourage change in people all the time. I feel like from the comments that have come up on both of our platforms that we're on, people say just watching us has encouraged them to change. Watching us has encouraged them to change their marriage, to look at things a little different. So baby girl or baby boy, if you want to encourage change in somebody, let them see the change in you first. Because that shows them that you're willing to do it. You're willing to create change in you so that you can have a totally different outcome. Yep. Yep. So I'm sorry, but the comments go so fast. Somebody said, I got asked 43521 on TikTok says, do you think couples should live in the same house? Are y'all married? If you're married, yes, ma'am. Me and Joaquin better not live in different houses. Thank you, Marinette. I don't even know if I just said your name, but she's in South Africa. Yes. That desire to change definitely came from God for me. Yes. Oh, thank you, Clue. Hola, cousin. How are you, Levar? He's on a Stu. He's on a session. So I don't know if he's coming back. Oh, Kim, that's a good one. I have a question. Thank you, Tommy. I have a question on YouTube, a pretty good question on YouTube. Okay. She said, how do you know? How did I know I was broken? Okay. How did I know I was broken? I was so selfish, Kim. And y'all want mine. She asked me, how did I know I was broken? And here's my truth. I was selfish even in my marriage. I thought I knew everything. And this is how I knew I was broken. Okay. I thought I knew everything. Sometimes I wouldn't let Joaquin get a word in edgewise. And sometimes I'll be like, boy, you know what you're talking about. You don't have kids. You ain't been through this. You ain't been through that. I wasn't even willing to hear things from a different perspective. because I didn't want to hear my own truth, Kim. I didn't. I didn't want to hear my own truth because I knew that it would hurt. And it would hurt so bad. And that's how I knew I was so broken. I had to sit down in front of my pastor and my first lady when me and Joaquin went through our situation of me stepping outside of our marriage, Kim, and to hear my pastor tell me, one, you were wrong. And two, if your husband decides that he wants out of this marriage, rightfully so. Biblically, he could walk away from this and go on with his life. Because adultery in the Bible is one of the reasons why you can divorce. And my truth hurt so bad, Kim, that I had to constantly keep going back to the mirror and asking myself, why does it hurt so much? Why do I want to cry all the time when people say this or when they do that or when I was broken? I was missing so much of what I needed to be, what I needed to be for my kids, for my husband. And then I had to realize, shoot, I was the common denominator in the 2 failed marriages I had anyway. So that's how I knew that I was broken. Too much of it didn't make sense to me. And then for a long time, I just wasn't willing to see it from a different perspective. But in order for me to put the pieces back together and make my life whole, not meaning that my kids had to be a part of that wholeness and my husband had to be a part of that wholeness, girl, I had to come to some harsh realities. And when I tell you harsh realities, yes. Can brokenness make you insecure? Hell yes. Yes, brokenness makes you so insecure. And I'm telling you, I covered up my insecurity with a whole lot of arrogance and everything. I did. But I was so insecure. That's why I chose the type of men that I chose to be in my life for a very long time. I was insecure. I wanted everybody to agree with me. I wanted everybody to be a part of my world. When my world wasn't doing nothing but collapsing right before my eyes. And I didn't look at it that way. But I'm telling you, just getting back into that relationship with God, seeing it from a different perspective, allowing my pastor and my first lady, who is my best friend. They were our pastor and first lady for a long time, but the wife had been my best friend for years before she became my first lady. Just hearing them just give me some harsh realities and some real truths about me. That's what helped me truly realize that I needed to come back from that. Mm-hmm. So yeah. So so I have a question on here on YouTube. Let me go to it. Taya. Find Taya's question. And then I'll come back to yours, Michelle. Taya. Yes, Taya, go to our website and send over the question for me and we'll respond. Michelle, so I have Michelle on here. She says, I know you don't like surprises, but what was the best gift or surprise your husband gave you? And what was the favorite gift that I gave him? Okay, so I think his favorite gift that I gave him was his truck. When I bought his truck, and I bought him a truck because I told my husband probably like 7 or 8 years prior to that, the one thing I always wanted to do for him was buy him a truck. I wanted to outright buy him a truck. She says, wow, you really have grown as a person. Yeah, I guess if you knew me back then, Mayoko. Yep. So, yeah, I have grown as a person. I really have. I'm telling you, and it takes, girl. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't have grown without the love of Christ, and knowing that, without the love of Christ, and knowing that He still loved me, yet, even in my sin, He still loved me. So yeah. Um. Oh, Kim, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you cry. Tommy said I'm too serious today. I guess so, Tommy. I'm making people cry. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Patricia. Thank you so much. Oh, thanks, Fire Eyes. I was about to do something, y'all. I get off track. Oh, the best surprise I gave Joaquin was buying his truck. I think that would be the best surprise I gave him. And I don't like surprises, but that one with my dad last week got me. That kind of floored me. As y'all almost saw, I was almost on the floor. Joaquin had to catch me. But I think the biggest surprise Joaquin ever gave me, we were still dating, and he had his cousins and his aunts. So he had been deployed. And this was before he asked me to marry him. This was deployment before he asked me to marry him. He was coming home from overseas, and I lived in Memphis at the time, and I was getting ready to come home to come and see my mom, but he had all of his cousins and his aunts to surprise me with him coming home. I didn't know. I thought he had another week before he was supposed to come home, which he was already home. He had been home for an entire day, but he made me think that he was still out. And when I tell you, I showed up, I had to drop some stuff off at his grandmother's house. He was like, drop some stuff off at my grandmother's house. So when I come in next week, I'll already have it and I can do what I need to do here. And I can head on to Memphis to see you guys. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll make sure I get it there. I said, I probably won't get there until late. They had the video cameras. They had everything there for him to surprise me with his homecoming from overseas. I think that was probably the best surprise that he has ever done. Yeah, I think that was the best surprise that he's ever done for me. The best gift that he has ever given me. Ooh, my boys. My boys. And I know that sounds like a very generic answer, but let me tell y'all why I say that. Okay. The reason I say that the greatest gift Joaquin ever gave me were my boys is because I've always wanted two boys. I always said if I have two boys, I'm not having any more kids. I've always wanted boys. And of course, the girls were first, out of my other, marriage and then out of another relationship were my girls. But then I have these boys. I remember sitting at Joaquin's grandmother's house, and I was talking about this very thing, about how I have two girls. I don't know if I'll ever have any boys, or I don't know if I even want any more kids. And I was like, I've always wanted boys, and I just didn't get them. I don't know if I want any kids. She says, you haven't married the right man. Okay. She said, you haven't married the right man. So with Landon, I didn't find out what Landon was until he was born. I did not know I was having my first son with Joaquin until he was born. And when I tell y'all, the tears just came running because I was truly having my first son. That's the greatest gift Joaquin could have ever given me, was my boys. And he knows that. He knows the greatest gift he could have ever given me with those boys. Yep. Yep. So that was it. Yeah. But I'm not going to stay on here much longer, y'all. I'm going to go and sit in front of my TV and watch one of the Avenger movies, because that's what I do on the weekends when I can, kind of unfold and do some things. But I will ask for this favor from each and every one of you over this week. Okay? We have 4 kids together, 2 girls, 2 boys. just keep me and my family in your prayers. Um, keep us in your prayers, especially my aunt who lost her husband last year during COVID. And before her husband passed away, she was not able to see him for 3 weeks before he passed away. And then a year later, she lost her daughter, who we lost yesterday. So please, please, please keep my aunt for sure lifted in your prayers. Keep our family lifted in your prayers. We are making funeral arrangements for her um, for this weekend. Um, I have to write her obituary. I have to write and design her obituary. And I will be speaking at her funeral Saturday. So please, please, please keep us in your prayers. So I know some of my people that reach out to me a lot during the week. If I seem kind of unavailable this week, that's probably why I'm a little bit unavailable this week. Is because I'm preparing just to be by my family's side. Like I said, my cousin was a huge part of our family. She was she was the first cousin in the family. She was the very first cousin born in our family. And she was really, really like a mom to so many of us. So again, I'll be traveling a little bit more than Joaquin will be traveling this week. But please, that is what I need from you all as a part of my extended family. Is I need I need the prayers and just pray for our strength, just that we make it through it, and with a lot of the responsibility that I carry with in my family, and some of the things that I have to do this week. Just please, that's what I ask of you all. That's what I ask of each and every one of you, is to come, just continue to just pray for us, because this is going to be tough. My aunt has not started the grieving process yet. She hadn't even started. And I think that's going to be the toughest part for us, is truly being there for her and being able to be that strength that she needs right now. So, yeah. So, yes, thank y'all so much. I am going to get off here. We definitely will be coming on live. We will come on twice this week. I don't know exactly what days we'll be on, but we will definitely update you on that, whether it's just me or if it's just Joaquin coming on live. We will still come live so that we can talk to you all. So yes. If y'all just keep us in your prayers. We love you. We love you with the love of Christ. I'm Stacy. My husband's name is Joaquin. We are blended and winning, and so are you. So yes, if you guys will do that, then we love y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Have a great week. Have a great week. Make it a great week or not. The choice is yours. With the hoo-dee-hoo! Thank y'all. And bloop, bloop. I love y'all too. Love you too, Crystal. Oh, all right, y'all. Bye.